Grim assessment on the war in Afghanistan. This is coming from the top American and NATO commander there. Just one day after President Obama predicted the war in Afghanistan will get worse before it gets better, General Stanley McChrystal, in an interview on PBS's NewsHour, said the U.S. has seen progress, but the Taliban insurgency remains a serious threat. So joining us now is retired Army General.
Is the U.S., along with its allies, winning the war in Afghanistan?
Well, I think that in the last year, we've made a lot of progress. I think I'd be prepared to say nobody is winning at this point, where the insurgents, I think, felt that they had momentum a year ago, felt that they were making clear progress. I think that's stopped.
So now let's go to the retired Army Major General Don Edwards, who's joining us now from Washington. And thank you, sir. Do you agree with General McChrystal's assessment? He acknowledged that serious progress, significant progress to use his language, is being made, but still nobody is winning.
I think General McChrystal is very accurate. Peter, this is a tough nut to crack. This is a very difficult insurgency. We had fallen behind. The Taliban are fierce and they're very effective. If, in fact, we have arrived at a point where we're in a balance with them, we have made an improvement over the last year. It remains to be seen how that will turn out in the future.
Help us out if you can. I want to put some figures up on the screen quickly for our audience. For the first time since 2003, nearly a decade has passed, the U.S. military's monthly cost of the war in Afghanistan has exceeded the cost of the war in Iraq. Well, I'll give you those numbers then. In Afghanistan, we're now spending $6.7 billion a month versus Iraq, $5.5 billion being spent right now. Obviously, priorities are shifting. How long can we afford this pace?
That's a very good political question. I'm not sure that I'm the right guy to answer it. We are and will continue to come down in Iraq. The plan is to get down to 50,000 or fewer troops in Iraq by the end of the summer. So you'll see that figure, Peter, in Iraq drop some more. You'll also, however, see the figures in Afghanistan rise some more. So the question is, how long, in my mind anyway, the question is, how long do we need to have a very significant military force in Afghanistan to be able to put that country in a situation where an effective, and that's a key word, an effective civilian Afghan government can be in control.
And Major General, let me ask you one final thought. Roughly 80,000 troops in Afghanistan now. As you noted, by August, I think it is, there'll be closer to 100,000, specifically about 98,000. Will that be enough to do the job? And as I pose that, I should ask, right now there's a lot of discussion, given what just happened in Times Square, that the attention shouldn't be focused in Iraq or Afghanistan. The focus should be Pakistan.
Well, you got three questions there in probably 30 seconds.
I was trying to squeeze a lot in, but go ahead.
The answer is 100,000 is probably the best we can do in terms of the fact that the Afghanis have got to stand up and take control of their own country. We could put 250,000 troops in there. I hope we don't. Then we're still occupiers. That's not a good thing. The Afghanis have got to stand up to it. Pakistan is a whole different issue. The northwest tribal areas where the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda folks are hanging out, that's a serious issue. Again, it's got to be the Pakistanis.
Major General Don Edwards joining us from Washington today. Sir, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter.